Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at stampwithelaine.com. Today's project is using the Dragonfly Garden Suite. I'm not actually using the stamp set and the punch. You'll find it on pages 24 to 27, and I'm actually going to be using the papers. Last Sunday I showed you a blog post on this birthday in a box. It's got a card. It's been inspired by Julie Kettlewell, who shared it on the UK Demonstrators Facebook group. And this is the card. It's a Concertina card with a tag topper detail at the top so that you can tie it and close it shut. I also decorated a paper pumpkin box to put it in with a Mars bar, a balloon and a party blower. I'm not going to show you how to decorate the box, but I will show you the mechanics of making the Concertina card. To construct the card you really need a 12 by 12 inch sheet. These are available in the 2020 to 2022 in colour. There are 20 sheets in a pack, 4 each of 5 colours. So we'll need to cut the 12 inch by 12 inch sheet into 2 4 by 12 inch strips. That's 1, that's 2, and then you need one piece at 10 inches by 4 inches. So we'll cut that one down. So in metric that's 10.2 by 30.5 centimetres. So you need 2 pieces of that and 1 piece at 10.2 by 25.4 centimetres. Bring in the scoreboard, and because this is heavier weight cardstock, I'm using the thinnest end of the stylus. So you score at 2.5, 5 and 7.5. In metric that will be 6.4, 12.7 and 19.1 centimetres. Do the same with the 4 inch by 12 inch strip. So again 2.5, 5, 7.5 and 10. Okay, in metric that will be 6.4, 12.7, 19.1 and 25.4. Score that again. Now you'll find that on the 12 inch pieces that there are 2 panels on the end which happen to be shorter. This will be only 2 inches instead of 2.5 inches. So that one folds out. Reinforce the score lines in a concertina shape, and then the 2 inch one on this other panel will be to your left. So again fold that back. So that's how it should look. 2 short panels on the outside. Then we need to reinforce the bridging piece, which is the 10 inch by 4 inch piece, and this will be folded into an M like that. So that's your M shape or W shape. Next you need the fancy tag topper punch, and we've chosen this because it's got a flat edge here which will be easy to thread your ribbon through. So you want to punch with the shorter end and wiggle it into the tag topper punch, turn it upside down and check the hole punch for the tag is right bang in the middle. And if you're happy with that, then punch. Next I'm going to pop this and marry it up with the other piece grab a pencil, mark the hole, and mark that as well. The reason I've done that is so it will take the guesswork out of punching it. And if you find the marks you made before, you punch it in exactly the same position. You have two options. You can either wing it or use a trimmer to trim these surplus ends off. So I'm going to line this on the cutting groove. And repeat for the other piece. So now you want to take the 10-inch piece and join them together. So you put adhesive on a full panel, which will go on top of this panel, okay? And then glue on this bit, and it will go on the right hand panel. And then once it's glued together, you will have 10 panels. I'll just speed this up. And then if you need to tidy up the bit, you can trim it off at the back. Now we set this aside and run through all the other materials we need. Just the Mossy Meadow braided linen trim, the Dandy Gardens papers. They are 6x6, there's 48 sheets in the pack, and there are 12 double-sided designs. That's this side, and let's flip it over and you can see the other side. They are not my colours, some of them are just far too bright and gaudy, so you can always use the reverse side. I chose this pattern to decorate the inside of the panels, and I'll show you how to cut that in a minute. Playful alphabet dies to die cut the letters. I've used Congrats, none of it is repetition. And I've pre-die cut those, and you need an adhesive sheet to put on the back of your Mossy Meadow cardstock so that it makes it easier and less messy to glue your letters to the panels. I fussy cut the dragonflies from this sheet of the designer series paper because the dragonflies were small enough. And from this sheet of paper I cut two pieces that measured the same size as the panel, so it's 2.5 inches by 4 inches, so that there would be a contrast on when you fold the card back. So the punch will punch out these dragonflies, but they were too big for the card really, so that's why I had to fussy cut them. So you, with the adhesive sheets, you just stick a piece on the back of your cardstock and then die cut the letters, which I've done here. I'm going to take a piece of designer series paper I don't need, just to illustrate how you should cut it. So this is the pattern running up this way, okay? So you turn it on its side. So you want to cut off a 2.5 inch strip first. Save that. With the 3.5 inch strip you've got left with the pattern upright, you cut it in 2-inch strips, and that will give you 3 pieces. Then on this one, you want to cut that at 3.5 inches and then trim it down to 2 inches. You save that for something else, but it's no good for this project. And then you can get 4 pieces, 4 panels out of the one 6x6" sheet. Now this one will be sideways, but you won't notice it because you're going to have matte layers on top. And then with the bumblebee you need 10 matte layers to glue on top of the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper, and the matte layers measure 2 7/8 by 1 3/8. That's 7.3 centimeters by 3.5 centimeters. Then you need 10 very vanilla pieces, matte layers to go on top of that, and these measure 2 3/4 by 1 1/4, so that's 7 centimeters by 3.2 centimeters. To save time, I've already glued the Designer Series paper and the matte layers on, and I've just got one last one to do. As you can see, I've cut quite a few of these little dragonflies out. Even with the ones on the edges, they're still useful because then you can butt them up against the edge of the cardstock like so, and it's not wasted. It also makes it look a lot more natural. So I'll speed this up. Applied a bit of adhesive on that. Now I can attach the letters. So take the backing off it, miss the first one and start from this one. So the first and the last panel leaves you a little room for addressing it and signing off. Put the braided ribbon through, and the nice thing about this braided linen trim is the fact that you can actually fray it if you want to. So there you have it. This is just using Designer Series paper and the alphabet dies to make this card. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and I'll be back with more inspiration next time. All the supplies are listed below this video in the Show More section, and you can also find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching. Bye.